Vietnam surprised us in all the best ways. It was wild, beautiful, delicious, chaotic, and also challenged us more than we expected. But before we take you to the most unexpected place we traveled last year, New Zealand, we need to rewind. So let's start where it all began.
Okay, wait 1 second. First, I need to reintroduce ourselves in case you're new here or you're here from our Thailand videos. I wanted to catch everyone up. So I'm Jill and
I'm Kevin.
This is my husband Kevin, and we have 2 girls, and we sold everything back in the US to travel the world. And one of our first stops was Vietnam. So in this fun recap, we're going to show you everything we did with our kids, what was worth our money, what wasn't worth our money, what we enjoyed, and all the things we learned along the way. So if you're ever interested in taking your family to Vietnam, stay tuned, watch this fun recap, and get some tips along the way. And then stay tuned for our next series in a really fun place you'll see at the end of the video.
Like and subscribe.
Bana Hills was probably the biggest letdown of our time in Vietnam, but it was entirely our fault. We had limited time at this point to book this, so we couldn't wait for the weather to be better. We went when it was rainy and wet and cloudy, and we were underprepared for it, so it made us cold and miserable, and the views were a little lame. The views of the hand bridge and stuff, it was hard to see, and some of the outside rides were also closed, which was a bummer. But if we went when it was not raining, it would probably be super cool and well worth your money. The views would probably be amazing. You'd be able to do more activities. I would suggest checking the height limitations on the rides and checking the height of your kids before you go so that no one's disappointed in what rides you can and can't go on, like our poor children were. There is a playground inside, but it is a bit run down, and that's free, so you can go in. Then there are games too, but those cost extra. The restaurants are good. We got pizza, but it is, extra money on top of what you already pay to get into Bana Hills. Great. I would love to go back when the weather is better and we can give it a fair shot. Okay, so a little backstory with this water park is that before we even left the US, Parker had asked to go to a water park for her birthday. So we kind of knew we were going to be in Vietnam around her birthday, so we planned our time in Da Nang around this. And this water park is called Mikazuki Water Park, and it's a Japanese water park, I believe. So it did have an onsen, it had a spa, it had a buffet, it had so many different things. So when you get into the actual indoor water park area, there's a huge wave pool, there's a lazy river, there's a playground, there are 2 rides inside, playground with water slides outside too. There's an arcade upstairs, there's a buffet, there's a restaurant, there's a food court. There's everything. You can easily spend all day here with your kids and they probably will not get bored at all. If your kid is still in pull-ups or diapers, bring them. We could not find any. They didn't sell them there. We couldn't find any around Da Nang. It was super hard to find. So definitely make sure you bring a reusable one or a pack of swim diapers for your little one. Also, the 2 rides there's an age/height requirement. So Parker was super disappointed when she couldn't go on there, but Kevin and I, we snuck on one of the rides, one at a time, obviously, and they were super fun. So you'll have a great time as long as you're old enough/tall enough. Definitely do that. Marble Mountain was probably the highlight of our time in Da Nang, but be prepared for stairs. Don't go to the gym. You can just come to Marble Mountain and work your tushy out. I mean, all these stairs. It's super worth it. You go inside the main cave And if you go up, there's a lot to look at. The stairs are narrow and slippery, so be careful. You get up there and the views are awesome. If you go down though, just be aware that it is called Hell's Cave. And so the top is like heaven and the bottom is like hell. And so don't bring your little ones down there if they're easily scared. There's some graphic statues, kind of bloody, is a little bit scary. So just be aware of that. Go up, don't go down. Also, make sure you hydrate, but everything is honestly so worth it. We were dying with all the stairs, but worth the views at the top, worth the views down in the caves. Awesome. It was wonderful. Definitely go check out Lady Buddha. I believe the correct name is Lin Un Pagoda. There's actually a lot more to look at than just the beautiful Lady Buddha statue. There's some temples to go in, and if you go across the street, there's even more to look at. I would definitely stay clear of the monkeys. Go look at them from afar. They're super cute. Do not bring any snacks. We saw a kid with an ice cream get attacked by a monkey. He lost his ice cream. And then we also saw a guy with a bag of chips, like playfully feeding a monkey a chip, and then the monkey stole the whole bag. So enjoy the monkeys from afar. Don't feed them. Don't bring snacks. So if you were looking for a more cultural experience, you should definitely head over to My Sun Temple. It was ancient temple ruins, so it's outside, but it's up against the mountains. And when we went, of course, it was raining, but you could see like the rain clouds on the mountains. It was very vibey and cozy, and we had a great time. And best of all, we got really sick poncho pictures, so that was really fun. But this place is really awesome. There is a restaurant there, and there is a place where you can go see cultural dancing, I believe. We missed it, so get there early and you'll be able to see that. And you just walk around and explore, and it's in nature and it's lovely. If you go inside some of these places, they preserved the like Buddha stupas and all that, and you can read up on it and get some history, and it's really awesome. And that takes us to our favorite place we went to in Vietnam, and that was Tam Coc. This is in the Ninh Binh province, and it's about 2 hours away from Hanoi. So you will need to rent a car or a driver to get there. I highly, highly, highly recommend staying in a homestay. So not an Airbnb and not a hotel, but in someone's home that will host you. We got fed every morning, our laundry was done, and the host even invited our kids to her son's birthday party. It was super awesome. We were also able to rent bikes each day, which was the best thing ever. We just got on those bikes and we did no research. We just biked around and explored. We ran into the Bich Dong Pagoda, and we ran into a bird sanctuary park, which we went to twice actually because it was that awesome, and it's really big, so it's hard to do it in one day, especially with little kids. And it's well worth the money. You can take a boat ride through a cave, and they paddle with their feet, so that was super cool to see. You can get coffee or ice cream or something too, and there are restaurants there, and I think they'd be a little more lively if it was in the high season. We were there in the low season. And if you're really cool, unlike us, you can take a motorbike through there because it is quite a far bike ride. and it's a little hilly too, so you might get tired. But I do believe you can't take your motorbike inside the actual park. You pay a fee at one booth, and then you can go up the road. There is a cave there that the stairs are killer, but pretty cool. And then you go down and twist through some more roads, and then you get to the other entrance where they'll let you in. And I think you could rent an actual bicycle there, but you can't take your motorbike in there, so you have to walk or rent a bicycle. So just know that. But maybe, good exercise, so rent a bike. Also in Tam Coc, we went to Mua Cave, and that is so there is a cave there actually, but the most popular part of it is the dragon on the mountain, and you do have to hike up quite a bit of stairs. There are 2 sides to it, so if you're with little ones, I suggest going to the right first, because you will get to see the view of the lotus fields, and it's really pretty. Little statue up there too. And then if you guys are feeling it and have a lot of energy, then now take this however you like. We did not actually go see the dragon because when we were waiting in line there, we were already tired and exhausted. And then a couple ladies came down and saw us with kids, and they were like, just be really, really careful, because it is on the edge of a cliff and there's only like a small rope to hold onto. And so we didn't want to risk it. We were already tired. We saw beautiful views already, so we didn't do that. But if you are fit and ready to go, or have your kid on your back or something like that, then go for it. Just proceed with caution. Definitely hit up Mua Cave though. It's beautiful. You could spend a few hours there too. When we first arrived in Halong Bay, it was weird. Everywhere was closed, things were kind of destroyed, and we were like, what happened? And so we did a little Googling and realized that a typhoon had just went through the town and kind of destroyed a lot of things. So that was sad to see. Also, we were super hangry because we did not eat breakfast because we had a super early ride to catch. And so we're waiting for them to load our suitcases onto the boat and hoping to get a snack, which didn't happen. So we were all a little bit cuckoo while we were waiting. But once we got on the boat, it was really nice. We had a nice room with welcome snacks and drinks. There was a bed for the girls. The bathroom was nice. It was cozy. It was cute. We had a really great time on the boat. The kids loved the activities on the boat, like cooking. Kevin went fishing off the boat. We also got to go kayaking, which was super fun, and apparently it puts our youngest right to sleep, so that was fun. We also got to do a cave tour, which was a little unexpected, but it turned out to be a super cool cave. And then we did go to a really popular beach. Then on the beach stop, I think it was like Top Beach, not our favorite. There were a ton of tourists, and although they were well-meaning, they would not leave our kids alone to play, and so everyone was kind of over it. The kids were over it, we were over it. It was just not a great time. I would recommend maybe going in the shoulder or peak season for better views and maybe a little more lively boats. We did go in the off season, and it was a bit rainy and cloudy. It wasn't the most picturesque. It was very cozy, but definitely not the beautiful pictures you see everywhere. We did have a great time though. It was still really fun, and the kids enjoyed it, which is great.
And that brings us to what came next. Because after Vietnam, we needed a little bit of a reset at our home base in Chiang Mai, Thailand. But after that, we flew somewhere we never thought we would go. Somewhere colder, greener, quieter, and honestly, it was so much more than we expected. Next week, we start our New Zealand series. We took a road trip through the North and South Islands, and we can't wait to share what happened.